I hate league starters. There, I said it. Now, I'm sure that sounds kind of ambiguous, like does he hate league starter builds specifically, or the whole entire concept of league starters being a thing? Like, what does he mean? Well, no, I don't hate any league starter builds specifically. I'm not out here trying to say Righteous Fire is a bad build or anything. I'm just kind of sad that it's still the league starter staple that it is. Back in the day, league starters were these exciting builds that build makers would put together in record time once patch notes for the next league finally came out, like 3 days before the league started? Build makers were bold, creative, willing to pioneer a new skill that was just announced or come up with some wacky unique interaction that had a lot of potential to be either really good or sometimes really bad. Nowadays, it's the same builds being pushed by the same build makers because they're solid and extremely refined builds, and for some creators more than others, they get clicks. Now, to be crystal clear, I am not trying to shame or judge anyone who does this. I in fact would probably make similar league starter videos too if I was confident in my build making, but I'm not, so I'm making this video instead. Thankfully, there are still some build makers willing to try and promote experimental builds at league start, so kudos to them. Now, I think the real issue is that the reason we keep seeing mostly the same meta league starters is because skills are way out of balance when it comes to the early game and mid game. Considering there are hundreds of skills in the game now, it goes without saying that actually balancing all of them to be more or less even in power across different stages and build progression would be a monumental task that would never be perfect. Although it would be nice if a quick pass was done and some damage numbers were adjusted significantly to try and level the playing field a bit. Like, why is split arrow garbage compared to lightning arrow? And I know it's a meme, but why can't cleave be any good? Naturally, I don't expect this to happen, given that the main focus over at GGG is PoE 2 now, and rightfully so in my opinion. It's just been an unfortunate byproduct of that focus though. The other thing that bothers me about league starters is this whole mentality of, well, I'm just gonna play this meta starter build that I don't enjoy, but is powerful on a budget, so that I can save up enough currency to play the build I actually want to play. How do people justify this to themselves? Like, I get it, it's efficient, you probably have a much easier time progressing through the campaign and the Atlas, unlocking all your points and all that, but at the end of the day, are you having fun while doing it? If yes, then great, that is awesome, you chose well. If not, damn dude, that sucks. I don't like the fact that I feel penalized for doing my own thing at league start, and I know that SSF is an option that somewhat gets rid of that FOMO, but SSF has its own drawbacks too, and that's its own kind of thing. I still think in an ideal world, I would want to play a build of my choosing from start to finish, and have it have a relatively smooth progression curve all the way through the endgame, you know, barring Ubers and whatnot. That's the dream, really. Look, for all I know, maybe there is a super solid league starter friendly cleave build out there. There just hasn't been a creator willing to discover it yet. What do you guys think? Are you happy with the way the community hyper focuses on league starters and having a great league start? Do you not really care? The floor is yours. With that being said, I hope you have a great league start in Affliction. Ironic, I know.